The alarm screamed at 4:30 a.m. just like every morning for 6 months. Kyle Matthews was just a 17-year-old boy who lived in a small Ohio town. His family was very poor. His father worked as a steel mill worker and his mother was a homemaker. Kyle and his younger sister were studying in school. Kyle was a bright student and had a big dream in his heart. He wanted to become an engineer one day. Despite all the struggles, he studied hard, holding on to that dream with all his strength. But one day, life took a painful turn. His father met with a terrible accident at the steel mill. A cable snapped and he lost his life. Their whole world was shattered. Now the only source of income was gone. His mother, who had never worked outside, began waitressing at the local diner. But work was not regular. Their earnings were too little to feed the family properly. Seeing this, Kyle decided to step up. He began delivering newspapers early in the morning, and after school he worked delivering groceries to nearby houses. Late at night, when everyone slept, he studied by the dim light of a desk lamp. Handling both work and studies was tough for him, but he never gave up. Still, the constant pressure slowly started to drain his energy and spirit. There were days when he thought about giving up, and there were nights when tears would roll down his cheeks silently. I should just leave school and work full-time, he would think. Maybe then I can earn more. One such day, feeling completely broken, Kyle left everything and walked toward Riverside Park near the town. He wanted to be alone to take a break from everything. He sat by the calm river staring at the water, lost in thought. His heart was filled with questions. Why is life so unfair? Why does it hurt even when I try so hard? Suddenly, Kyle heard soft hymn music. He saw an old chapel nearby. Inside that chapel, an elderly man was sitting peacefully with his eyes closed. Kyle walked in and sat near him. After some time, the man opened his eyes and gave a gentle smile. Seeing Kyle's sad face, he asked softly, "Son, why are you so upset?" Kyle felt comfort in his presence and shared everything. His father's death, his mother's struggle, his work studies, and his dream to become an engineer. But the pressure was getting too much for him. He was thinking of quitting his studies to work full-time and support his family. But he was confused. If he did that, his dream would be lost. The old man listened patiently. Then he smiled and said, "I can help you, but for that you will have to do one simple task for the next 10 days. Kyle wiped his eyes and said, "Yes, sir. I am ready." The old man pointed to an oak tree near the chapel and said, "Can you see that tree? Every day a little sparrow comes there to build her nest. I want you to destroy that nest each day. Don't ask why, just do it." Kyle was confused. "Break a bird's nest, but why?" he asked. But the old man simply smiled and said, "No questions." The next morning, Kyle came back. He saw the sparrow busy collecting twigs and carefully building her little nest in the branches. He hesitated, but remembering the old man's words, he shook the branches and the nest fell to the ground. He felt terrible. "What have I done?" he thought. But thinking this, he came back. The next day he came again and saw that the same sparrow had returned and was building her nest once more. Kyle shook the branches and destroyed the nest again. He felt bad again, but he was following the old man's instructions. Every day he came and kept doing the same, breaking the nest. And the little bird kept building it again patiently. Each day his heart grew heavier. "Why am I doing this to her?" he wondered. But he kept his promise and asked no questions. On the 10th day, Kyle stood under the tree again. The sparrow had built yet another nest. He raised his hand and then stopped. He could not do it anymore. He rushed back to the old man and said, "Sir, I don't understand. Every day I destroy her nest and every day she builds it again. It breaks my heart. Why did you ask me to do this?" The old man looked at Kyle with deep and kind eyes and said, "That, my child, was your lesson. Look at that sparrow. Her nest may fall, but still she wakes up every morning with hope. She gathers her twigs and builds again. Not because she's foolish, but because she believes that one day the breaking will stop and her nest will remain." Then he paused and said softly, "Life will do the same to you. It will break your dreams. It will test your patience. It will crush your hopes. But if you rise like that sparrow again and again and keep trying, then one day your dreams will become reality." Kyle stood silently. Something inside him had changed. The old man continued, "And one more thing, this difficult phase won't stay forever. Life keeps moving. If you stay strong and keep walking, then one day the same life will lead you to better days. So remember 2 things: consistency defeats failure and bad times never stay forever." From that day on, Kyle never looked back. He kept working hard with new hope in his heart. Years passed, and with patience and determination, he finally achieved his dream of becoming an engineer. The story teaches us a powerful lesson that connects deeply with our own lives. Many times we work hard, give our best, and still face failure, rejection, or loss. Just like Kyle, we feel tired, hopeless, and wonder, why is this happening to me? But life is not easy for anyone. It tests us again and again through struggles, problems, and setbacks. The little sparrow in the story shows us what real strength looks like. Even after her nest was destroyed every day, she never gave up. She did not stop building. She believed that one day her nest would survive. And that belief, that never-give-up attitude, is what we need in life. Our dreams are like that nest. Life may try to break them, but if we keep going, keep showing up, and keep trying like the sparrow, then one day success will be ours. And just like Kyle, the pain and struggle we face today will become the reason we shine tomorrow. So never lose hope. Keep working hard. Bad times won't last forever, but your efforts will. Remember, those who never give up even after failing are the ones who truly win in life.